Welcome to the fourth episode of the 34 podcast. I'm Logan, and with me today is Raptor.
Once again, how's it going, everybody?
All right, in our first topic today, we're going to talk about Rob Manfred. How do you feel about him? Because I feel like
Um,
he's the worst commissioner that there's been in a while for any sports league.
in my opinion, he is forcing this whole thing completely.
I think
You
he
got
does too
the
much.
he does too much. He's forcing the issue. You got 19 cases for the Marlins alone. You got 13 for the Cardinals now. If that's not a sign to cut things off or shouldn't have started things in the first place, I don't know what is.
He should have bubbled up. He's an idiot. NHL's fine, NBA's fine, and they're both in a bubble. But when you try to play at every arena, or no,
This
every
happened.
diamond, this happens where you got people going to the nightclub, i.e. the Marlins, going to probably the same place Lou Will went because I think they were playing the Braves.
Yep, they were.
So I guess the chicken wings are too tempting for people nowadays.
Must be. But Rob Manfred is just, he doesn't, I don't think he said that if we don't get this under control, we're going to have to cut off the season. He
Well,
shouldn't have even started the season in the first place, honestly. He should
If
have
he's
just
gonna
said
run
wait
it
till
this
next
way,
year.
yeah. I mean, it could be done. He's just doing it in a very dumb way.
No, but he should have said,
I don't,
okay, guys, we
I
got to
don't,
wait till
s-
next year.
I don't see the point of every single team playing at their own arena because then you have to have people and staff for every single arena.
Which then becomes more people, which then in turn means more possible cases.
They should have ran like two arenas. Two. It's not an arena. It's a baseball park. But they
Yeah.
should have ran two parks, like two in the east and two in the west, and have people playing that instead of just
And then have them like the the NBA in like the bubble in a
what
certain area.
they could run it all day. They could have like three or four teams a day playing each separate stadium, each separate park.
That would work. That really would work.
And then you don't have to worry about as many people. And maybe if you weren't so cheap, you could use some of that contract money you ripped off from the players to pay for them to be in a hotel room near the arena that you watch.
Yeah, but what does Manfred think about that? No, we don't need to do that. What do you mean?
Nah,
Let's
nah.
just let's just have 30 cases between two teams, you know? Let's
The only thing I take serious is when somebody throws at the guys that I let off free.
yeah.
That's the only thing
Mm-hmm.
I don't like is when they throw Joe Kelly gives them a freaking slider,
Kelly
90
Fitty.
mile an hour slider right towards the back of the head. 8 games. Astros literally knew what was coming and they get nothing. They basically get a pat on the back. Don't they get to keep their championship trophy and they get to keep the ring.
Like the equivalent for the Astros was just don't do this again. Okay, have fun.
Yeah, don't do this again, but we're gonna let you play. They should have made him sit out the whole season. They should
And
have.
Joe Kelly gets 8 games for throwing a pitch that I would have thrown if I was in that position too, because I'd be pissed too.
Well, he wasn't even on the team, but I get why he's mad. Every pitcher
Except
should be
I would
doing
have
that.
tried to hit him more than he did. I literally
He
would have been
probably
right there.
tried. I don't know how accurate he is because there was a video that came out during the summer where he broke his own window and he's supposed to be a professional pitcher, but
You know,
I mean,
we're not gonna talk about that. You know,
they should let him fight. I don't care if there's COVID or not. They're already playing. I don't get why, like some leagues, like the NFL's talking about where players can't like high five each other at the end of the game. You're already basically touching each other. It doesn't matter.
at that point, yeah, it doesn't.
At that point, you're already in the arena. What does it matter? The ballpark. I
Yeah,
keep calling it an arena. I'm an idiot.
just call it a stadium or a park. Either one.
Stadium. All right, we'll stick with that one. But yeah, and Manfred, he just seems like
Like,
such a
there's not a lot
pencil
to say
pusher.
about
I
him
don't.
other than the fact he doesn't know what he's doing, basically.
He doesn't know what he's doing. They need to bring somebody in there. The owners need to be on that.
But they're
The
not.
owners probably like him though, because what he did with the contracts screwed all the
Less
players.
money we have to spend on the players. Okay.
Even though it's a guaranteed contract, it's not their fault
Yeah,
that this virus happened. These guys
it's
who want
really
the
not.
contracts taken down, live in their mansion on
They
an.
they got signed to their contracts, but then they're getting screwed out of their money. But they didn't know this was coming.
I'm talking about the owners go out to their big houses where they've got money and just they just got gobs of money and they're
They
out here
lay in their
worried
money
about 1 year of contracts when they literally own a baseball park
and team.
and a
Right.
team.
It's like,
Yeah.
what's the point
They
of just
literally are saving money anyway by not paying people to be at the arena. I mean, come on.
exactly?
It's so stupid. This is why baseball is losing like its fan base hard. For one thing, baseball doesn't realize that people like to share stuff online. Anytime somebody shares a clip online, it gets DCMA takedown because they don't want any clips shared online, which kills the like especially our age group, the fan base because they want to share stuff.
The knowledge of the game and showing clips of like cool plays or whatever. Yeah.
They don't get how the young people work. They're like stuck in the Stone Age. They still think they're America's sport when it's probably football, but basketball's up there too.
Yeah, like for me and you, well, I mean, we obviously don't live in the same area, but we share it with each other by social media, right? So it's kind of
Yeah,
the
it's where everybody's on. I mean, it's just stupid. You gotta let it's free advertisement, but they don't get that. They think, oh, I could be making money off this clip, but no,
when the naturality. That's not at all the facts. We don't want money off the clip.
they
We're just
need
wanting
to.
to see and
Yeah, they need to get a new commissioner in there that's just focused on tech, like get them in the tech market, and then maybe they can start really pushing and getting people back watching the game
yeah,
because they're dying that way. And Rob Manfred making people mad with issues like the Astros and the contract situation and
and
suspending
then
people for
threatening to
big
end the
games
season when it's
when it's his job to make sure it goes off without a hitch, like Adam
and
Silver and the NBA have done.
and then his only and then Manfred's only thing is if we don't get this under control, literally the day after he said that, 13 cases for the Cardinals.
Yeah, and what has he done? He's just all talk too, because if he was serious about it, they should be done right now.
I would have called it. Like, that's another 13. Like,
If he was serious, he's not serious. He's all talk, but he doesn't want to cancel it because of all the money. That's all him and the owners are worried about.
yeah.
Even Roger Goodell, whether the Patriots cheated or not, and that's the way the Astros are in it. He put Brady out for like 6 games. He actually did
Yeah,
something to
yeah.
somebody that was accused of cheating.
He did suspend them, yes.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta make the
Some
players
type
and
of
the
reinforcement.
fans feel like you at least care when somebody disrespects the game.
Yeah.
And Rob Manfred hasn't done that, and he won't do that.
He doesn't care.
Okay, we're gonna get into the bubble now, and the bubble's been going off without a hitch. They've done 2 rounds of testing after the first one, and nobody's had any cases whatsoever. So unless something unforeseen happens, which I highly doubt it will, we're gonna get just keep rolling. I mean, every day I think there's. I mean, we already talked about it, 5 or 6 games, and it's just been high
Yeah.
action, high scoring, and it's just been fun.
It's been fun to watch.
It's been fun to watch. What do
Really
you
fun
think
to
about
watch.
some of the top performances?
Okay, well, for top performances, number one, we have, and you love this guy, Luka Doncic.
Oh, I was thinking Bubba Warren, but yeah, Luka Doncic, first
Luka,
person in the regular season, which we're technically still in, that
yes.
is the 10th person to have a triple double with 20 rebounds, and I think he's the last one. Well, no,
Yes, you heard that right. Luka Doncic grabbed 20 rebounds.
yeah, 20 rebounds. He's only like Oscar Robinson did it a few times, but I don't remember who the last one was, but it's been a while since anybody's done that. It's probably Russ. I'd say it's probably Russell Westbrook in
Yeah.
like 16 or something. But
Yeah,
yeah, it does.
no, because didn't he have a. No, he had a 20, 20, and 20.
Yeah, Russ did it, but it's very rare. Yeah, but he had
And
20, 20, 20. Luca put up 38 or 36 with this one. And that was after
yeah.
the game before where he had 40-point triple double with like 40, 12, and 10.
Luka wants the shit. That's what he wants.
Not this year. I mean,
No.
if he came out of nowhere and did it, it wouldn't hurt my feelings any. But definitely in the future, him and Porzingis got something going. But another one that's had a big performance that just took me back was T.J. Warren, or as I'm gonna now refer to him as Bubble Warren, because in the bubble he's been going off. He hasn't had any game less than 35 points. I think well, he had the 50-point game, which was 53, which was insane. He had 9 3 balls, I think, that game.
Which when I saw the stats that game, I'm like, TJ Warren, what?
He literally the Pacers got him for cash consideration from the Suns. They literally stole him from the Suns.
And look what he's doing.
Yeah. But Warren has just been going off. He leads the bubble in scoring. He has the
And like,
most points.
no offense to like I'm not even to say the lesser players, but the players you wouldn't expect to do stuff are the ones that are doing things right now, and it's really actually cool to watch.
Well, yeah, the scoring is easier because the hoop behind the hoop is a black curtain. And
And
what
not a bunch of
Yeah,
fans.
the fans mess people up. I mean, the great players play through it, but some people shoot better when it's just in like a gym format with nothing
Which is
behind
literally
moving.
what it is right now, is literally a gym.
Yeah. I mean, the only fans are other teams if they want to come and watch. But yeah,
And then you
TJ,
got that. But like their fans are like I'm not sure if you've seen it, but like they have
oh
like
yeah.
300 fans via like Skype or something.
Yeah, they've had I think Chris Paul's kid was up there, Giannis's
Yep.
baby's been up there. You've had Lil Wayne was on the Lakers one tonight.
I think whoever the home team is, they have all of their guys on there.
I think the home team, no, they've put in a few, but I think it's like 75, 80% home team.
And then the other 20 to 25 is the yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
But
I
I think
like
that's cool.
that.
Just
And they're
like
pumping in noise, so it works.
yeah,
I mean, there's probably some of the game that they don't even notice by the fourth quarter anyway, but
yeah.
yeah,
But then
but
you got like you said, we're talking about TJ when
TJ,
he's going
yeah,
off.
but TJ, I think the reason why he's doing this is because the bonus, I don't, broken foot, I think.
Yeah,
But I think they're just telling him to just shoot the ball, and it's working for him.
yeah. That's what you said. You heard that or you think the Pacers just said, take the ball and shoot it.
I mean, they need more scoring because Oladipo's only giving them like 15, and which is good, but like I said, it's kind of mediocre compared to his numbers a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
And then there's a bonus average like 25 for them, so they needed that bump in scoring, and he's giving them the extra 15, 20 they've needed.
and
So
like you said, with the 35 and night, no, nothing less so far.
I think they'll have Boston first round. That could be fun to watch. That's this all depends on if Warren can keep the streak up because if he gets cold, I think that's not going to be good for them. He has to at
Speaking
least
of
give them like 25, 30.
Yeah, speaking of Boston, it's not really a single player perform. Well, it kind of is with Tatum and I guess with the Trailblazers Lillard, but that game was insane.
I didn't catch that one. What happened in that one?
The Trailblazers came back down from 20 pretty much on the
Oh
shoulders of
yeah, yeah,
Tatum
yeah.
step backs.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you saw the one shot, but when he got fouled, he got pushed at the hash in midair. He shot that thing, wetted it.
I didn't see any of that game
Everything
actually.
went
I've watched
net.
a lot of them, but not that one.
And then it ended so weird. Like, when I mean weird, it ended weird. Like, Nurkic, he decided to try to throw a full court. And when I tell you
I
this thing
saw the end.
hits
I
the
did see
eye,
it.
yeah.
He just lost control of it. I mean, the man, I think he led them in scoring that game, so it's not like you can throw the book at him, but it's like, dang, we needed
Nah,
that
Dame
moment.
had 30 something. He let it.
He did. Well, Nurkic was there with like 20 plus, and
Dame
Nurkic
had
has been the
31, I
best
think.
player on their team for the total games. Dame's had his high games, but Nurk has been the most consistently
Yeah.
high
I think
scoring.
Dame had 31 and Tatum had 40 something.
Melo had, I don't know who they played yesterday, but he was the one who put it away for him yesterday.
He played the Rockets.
The
Yeah, they played the
Rockets, yeah,
Rockets.
on his team, the team that sent him down the river and made him not
Look
be
what
able to
happened.
play for a year, but
Yeah.
worked out for him. But yeah, everything's lining up just like I thought it would, at least for Portland in seeding. But we'll talk about that later. Who else have you seen that's went off?
John Morant in that one
John
game.
Morant, yeah, the 22 and 12 game.
Yep, that's the type of thing. And I kind of going back to the last podcast. That's the type of thing that makes me want to say Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, 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 he just played so many games. It's hard for
Yeah,
them
that's
to.
just the thing. But then another,
Well,
I
Zion
mean,
hasn't been. He's been inconsistent in the bubble. Jaws look better
but he
than
hasn't
he
got the
has in the.
minutes though. Like we were just talking about this before
Well,
we
yeah,
started.
as soon as they gave him more than 20 minutes a game, he's good. But
He's
that's
dropping his
the
20.
Pels just aren't focused on winning this year. They're more worried about keeping Zion for the long run. I don't blame them, but I know it's hurting them.
Developing Zion at the NBA level too. Yeah,
Yeah, I know it has to be done, but it's kind of just it's just not. It's not gonna get the Pelicans wins doing that, and I guess probably not this year isn't really their time anyway. So,
it's really not. And then another like I'm not sure because I didn't really watch the full game, so I'm not sure if it was a full game crazy effort. But the game winner by Devin Booker.
oh yeah, but that was over PG and Kawhi. He did the footwork on that he used to get open because he kind of did a step back almost into that shot
It was like
and
no, it was more like a fadeaway,
a
low key.
sidestep fade. Was that what it was
Yeah,
like? Okay,
it
yeah.
was
I
a
knew
hard
he just
shot.
like his footwork's so good he can just get to his shots and once he gets up in the air, once he sees the hoop, it's in.
It's water. Yeah.
They were the whole game he was only getting guarded by PG and Kawhi and he's still at 35. If they can get one more good player in the draft, I think they're eighth seed.
For
If
sure. Okay. A score just popped up on my phone. The Raptors are currently up by 20, so that's good.
Up by 20. Oh, they're playing the Magic though. Like I
Yeah, I know.
said, the Magic. I mean, home court, but I mean,
Speaking
they
of
lost
scores,
Isaac.
speaking of scores and points, um, and I mean this might be a controversial topic, but if anybody's been paying attention to the Lakers tonight, it seems like when AD isn't scoring 30, they're not winning.
Well, that's what happened, and I don't know who they played the other day, but when Davis only had 15, it was against Toronto when Siakam and Gasol shut him down.
OG Anunoby shut down LeBron, so that helped that
Yeah,
too.
but it's just Anthony Davis has to play good for them to win.
Yeah, I mean,
LeBron's
like
trying to
that's
do
no
it all
shade to
himself today. I
LeBron.
don't.
It's just it
Le,
seems like the games they've won this time in the bubble is just when AD plays good. If he doesn't play good, they seem to always come out on the bottom.
yeah, they have to have that inside presence because LeBron has to shoot out of it, and he's trying to be Steph Curry lately. I don't get. I know he's getting older, and I know Davis likes to paint, but he's still like 250, 6'8", 250. You see what Zion does? He needs to be taking it in. He mails it in too much. He needs. I, I I'm not. He's not one of my favorite players, but I know his skill set. What he needs to do is get to the rack. He tries to shoot too much. He's shooting today. He's 36%, and he's 0 for 5 from 3 because he's trying to shoot too much. He needs to just take it at the rack. He may be starting that because he's got 19 now, but yeah,
LeBron seems to. I feel like his first thing in his head every time down the court is where's AD
well, yeah,
at this
that's
point.
he has to. There has to be an on and off switch for that. He has to realize that sometimes he has to take it, and I mean. He's been there. He should know that. He needs to. He's too reliant on Davis. His brain is so tuned this season to pass to Davis that when that doesn't happen, he's
Doesn't
like
work out.
nothing. It's not like he's even passing to like Kuz that much either.
He's not. He's not passing it to many other
I
guys.
mean,
I
he
mean,
can even hit JaVale McGee a little bit. I mean,
JaVale can shoot now, low key. I've
they've
seen
got
him.
to figure that out. I mean, it's not even JaVale shooting, but like when they're on Davis, JaVale's gonna be open. You gotta. I don't know if he's got tunnel vision or what, but they got to figure that out because a team like the Clippers are going to give him trouble when they have Harrell on and Zubac on Davis. And other teams, Toronto, if that's how
Oh,
the finals
yeah.
matches up, if they make it to there, if both make it to there, everything's up in the air right now.
And I mean, based on the play right now, the Raptors have a better chance than the Lakers.
Well, that matchup was not good for the Lakers because of the Gasol's once was defense. Was he? He's been on first teams. I don't know if he's won a defensive player of the year, but
He has.
he has. Okay. Well, yeah, he's definitely a great defensive player.
He won it back in like early Grizz days, but he won
Yeah,
one.
grit and grind with Zebo. But yeah, who else has went off in the bubble? There's got to be at least one more we can talk about.
Kyle or Van Vliet from the Raptors.
Well, I'd say, oh, we got two we can talk about, but let's talk about Kyle first. There's one more
Kyle,
I gotta
he
mention
had
before we.
33 points, but Kyle Lowry at 6'3".
Well, let's put it in context that it's against the Rockets for one thing.
Okay, but still, a guy Kyle's height should not be
Well,
grabbing
yeah,
more
I
than
know
10
what you're saying. I
rebounds.
agree too.
He had 14 rebounds.
That's just, I mean, that's what happens when you got a 6'7" center. You're not gonna get to the boards as easy. You can get boxed out.
That's more boards than half the bigs in the league some games.
Yeah, that's like some Andre Drummond level stat packing right there.
Like when you said Luka grabbed 20, I was like, "There's no way."
Yeah, who was that on? Was that on the Rockets too? Or no, that wasn't even on the Rockets.
Was it?
No, it wasn't on. It was on the Kings. That's not even getting to the Kings. That's
But
just.
20 but they still have Bagley.
But no, Bagley's hurt. Bagley's gone. Bagley's not.
Okay, then who was he
Well, they
up
got him
against?
Rashawn. Well, is Rashawn Holmes still in quarantine because of the takeout? I
But
don't
who was
know.
he up
They no, but
against?
they got guys that should be not letting Luca go in there for 20 boards. That's what we're
He
getting
did.
at. But yeah,
Do
another
you have any others?
Michael Porter Jr. back-to-back 30-point games, and this last game he had last night, he's the first rookie since Dikembe Mutombo on the Nuggets to get 30 points and 15 boards. He's been
Which is
he
just
shot he got 30 points on 57% shooting. That's insane to me. That Nuggets, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep harping on it. But once they get Bol in there and he's feeling it, and you got Michael Porter Jr., that's gonna be a fun team to watch with
Jamal's
Jokic
back
just
and all
whipping the
that. Yeah.
ball back and forth. Honestly, I don't. I didn't mind Jokic at the one that one game. I don't know if I'd like to see him transition Murray to a two. I mean, Jokic already brings the ball up half the time. I guess they
Yeah.
don't really have to change much. They can just move the way they want. They've kind of got good like defenders that can move their feet, like a Jerian Grant or a Millsap that can be at odd positions.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that they could do.
I don't
It's just
think
a matter
they're
if they
nowhere
want.
near their ceiling. They're actually disappointing somewhat, but it's good for them to know that they've got that coming up where they're banking on it. And they've gotten these guys in seasons where they've done good and actually made the playoffs, and they've still been able to build to the draft even that.
Which is impressive because usually the guys that make it to the playoffs are deep in the playoffs.
Well, I mean,
Don't
when
get these draft picks.
it does help when every other team basically hands you a 7-2 guy with guard like handles who can shoot. So, I mean,
Shoot well too, surprisingly.
Detroit. I don't want to talk about Detroit. Never mind. Never mind.
You
Uh,
have any other big ones or no?
no, I think that's. I don't. Well, Giannis had his 33 and like 16 game, but I mean, it's Giannis. I mean, we've seen that from time to time. I mean,
That's
it's
why I
just
didn't
back
say
to
it because
form.
it's low key what you expect on a night.
It's just back to form, and that's why he's the MVP. You look tonight, LeBron can't get his assist, and they're losing.
And Giannis gets 33 and 16 like he didn't miss a beat.
But I mean, well, I don't want to get into an MVP, but maybe if LeBron had more time in the regular season, the regular season to get it going, it might have been different. But
Or was just a better player this season.
yeah, but yeah. All right, let's talk about the AC. It's been fun to watch the AC because now I'm looking at the standings right now, and it's got mixed up, especially with Memphis just yesterday lost Jaren Jackson Jr. to a meniscus tear. And tonight they
Jeez.
lost again, which is they've lost every single game and when it's for the seeding games. They've lost every single seeding game, so they're 0-4, which is insane to me. I was not expecting Memphis to just absolutely just die off like this.
They're kind of done for, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, it's not looking too hot. They still are 2 games up on the Spurs. Portland's right there where I said they would be.
Because what are they
A
at?
game back.
It's 8 seeding games, right?
8 seeding games. Memphis
And
is
they've lost
halfway
4
done.
straight. They literally, like, their best finish would be 4-4.
Yeah, they even let the Pelicans win one, which I like Zion, but it's the Pelicans are more focused on the future. That's all I'm gonna
For
say because
me,
they look
the
bad.
A seat's going to the Trailblazers.
They
I mean,
got
I
it.
know the Trailblazers aren't playing perfectly, but they can still get that done. I think easy.
I'm gonna say it again. I think Dame has the best chance, if not able to knock off LeBron in the first round. I think that's scary for them because I like the Nurkic Davis matchup, and like we've talked today, if you keep Davis under 15, you're probably gonna win. Unless Kuz goes off, and he's only went off once. We didn't mention Kuz. He did have a 25-point game, but that was once. Kuz has been highly inconsistent backing up LeBron because they don't really have a bench playmaker,
And it's
especially
not
with
his
Rondo
fault when
out.
LeBron only looks for AD and never Kuz.
Yeah, I don't get why they don't start Kuz at the 3 and just move LeBron. Well, he's already at the 1. Well, no, they got Case. They're
Yeah,
screwing
might
with
as
the
well
lineup.
put Anthony Davis at the damn 1. He'd be moving like a game.
Yeah, but yeah.
I'm
Well, they could
kidding.
just
That's
have him
not
bring the ball up. I mean, he's already gonna inbound the ball for him. If they want him to bring it up, they just pass it to him. But yeah.
Yeah.
But the surprise out of the bottom series for me is Phoenix is a perfect 3-0, and like we said, D Book just had a monster 35-point game against the Clippers with the game winner last night.
Which is, I no disrespect to Suns fans, but like, who
I,
expected that?
I mean, in your lifetime, have you seen the Suns in the playoffs? I mean,
I haven't seen them win 20 games in the regular
I
season.
mean, by the time you watch basketball, Nash is already pretty well washed up, and I think probably in the Lakers. Yeah, that would have been
By the
about.
time I started watching, he was at like the end because I remember him being at like the end of his Lakers days though.
Oh, that was so bad. That was such a bad team with Dwight, and that
Go yeah.
that's yeah. But yeah, the Suns are actually only 3 games out. It's probably not possible, but if they go perfect 8 for 8, anything's possible with them.
And
San,
another,
go ahead,
what were we?
go ahead.
No, what were we gonna say?
I was going to talk about San Antonio actually having a push, and if Memphis
Oh,
keeps falling off, San Antonio will move into that. Well, they're tied with the Pels right now, 22 and a half games back, and Memphis is at 20 and a half. And if Memphis, especially with their defender and 25-point a game guy, Jaren Jackson being done, they're basically dead on arrival.
where, where's where's Utah sitting? Are they in the playoffs?
Oh, Utah is locked up to they're 4. I don't know how, but they're 4.
They
Utah.
impressed me against the Lakers though. Their ball movement was insane against the Lakers.
Yeah, it wasn't enough to get it done. Jazz, that Bogdanovich is out because he got surgery because he thought they were done. But if they had Bogdanovich, they'd be in a better spot. Conley's inconsistency hurts him too, but they
Mitchell's the rock, but he can't do it all.
they need to get him more help, or he's gonna be gone in a couple of years. He'll probably take this one contract, and if they can't figure it out, he'll be gone.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can hit fourth seed year after year, but after a while, it's gonna get boring. I mean,
But like my
it's
eight seed, I think it's locked up. The Trailblazers. I'm not gonna lie.
well, yeah, Dallas is already locked in, so it's only the 8th seed is up for grabs, and it's gonna be
I think it's the Trailblazers.
well, yeah, because Dallas is 12 games back and Memphis is 20, so yeah. But yeah, you got the Kings are way out of it,
they're not even. Yeah.
but the Suns are the only one that if they go perfect 8 for 8, they could possibly swing in there somehow.
If they somehow do that, I would be.
D Book on fire. I don't.
D-Book wants it. I tell you that.
Aiden's defensive. I don't really. I don't see it happening, but I mean, it wouldn't be the worst matchup against the Lakers. It would be better than the Grizzlies or even the Spurs with no Aldridge.
Yeah.
But the Pels just I don't even want to talk about the Pels right now. Brandon Ingram's
They're
lost
looking
all
for the
his
future.
consistently. Zion needs his minutes, but they're worried about him getting hurt.
They're
Lonzo's
looking at
lost
the
his
future.
shot. Lonzo had somewhat of a consistency with his shot, and he must have just not been able to get in the gym or something because
That
he
died.
he died. But the next year they'll be back at it. But
It definitely will be.
yeah, this is I'm not even going to talk about the East battle for the eighth because it's sad. Wizards
It
are
will
mailing
be.
it in, but yeah, Portland. I said it first podcast. I think I said if Portland gets in, that's going to be LeBron's worst nightmare because Dame Lillard does not back down, and Melo hasn't won a playoff series since. When did 13? He won in 13 with the Knicks because I remember that they said that the Knicks actually have won a playoff series before the Lakers have because the last time the Lakers won a playoff series was in 2012 and the Knicks won in 2013. So that's how long it's been since the Lakers fans have won a playoff series.
It's kind of
So if
depressing.
Carmelo comes in with the Dame and them and knocks off the Lakers, he'll have won 2 playoff series before the franchise could win another one, which is insane to think about with as storied franchises as the Lakers, but
They're not as I don't know. I wouldn't say they're not successful, but to me, they're not as successful as you really think they have been.
uh, yeah, but
They're still the Lakers, I
the
know.
the Lakers are good, but what they did here with LeBron, it's gonna be good for a while, but they're gonna have to rebuild again, so they better win with LeBron because if they don't, they've sent their future down the river. They got Kuz. They
Yeah.
better re-sign Kuz because that's about all you'll have when LeBron
Unless
leaves.
they don't win and then LeBron pulls a Cleveland, I'm gone too.
I don't. Him and Davis goes. Yeah, we won't even get into that because that's way ahead. But
Yeah.
that is, I don't know. He'll probably try to pull somebody else, trade
Yep.
half the team like he usually does. But
Get Kawhi or something like it
he ain't
was.
gonna get Kawhi. If he was
Every
gonna get
Laker fan
Kawhi, he would have
wanted
got
it
it
to
in the
be.
free. Yeah, it's a weak move when Durant goes to the Warriors. But if Kawhi went to the Lakers, everybody would have
Okay,
just been
okay,
happy
okay,
with it.
okay. We're not gonna.
All right. Um. Who's your early teams that you think are just looking really good in the bubble?
Raptors, Suns, and Bucks.
Yeah.
And I'm not just basing that off like record. I've seen the Raptors play since they're my team, and they have ball movement very good. Like they're moving the ball very good. You got the Bucks with Giannis. They're just a favorite, just literally
Yeah, they
because of
did
that.
lose to the Nets last night, which was a little bit,
Iffy.
a little bit. But every dog has his day, as they said. And the Nets just got lucky that day.
And the Suns, they
The
are
Suns are
3-0.
throwing
Like
me
I'm
for
not
a
saying
loop
they're
because I mean, I don't think the Suns have been relevant since the Pistons have been relevant. So that's
now
pretty
all of a
bad.
sudden the
So.
Suns are.
It was pretty close to no. Nash was there till about 2012, so no, it would have been 2013 because they didn't make the
Yeah.
playoffs. So yeah, 2013. They were probably relevant till about 2011, but after that, that's they haven't. I haven't. It just seems weird to see Phoenix doing something. I'm not gonna lie.
It is weird, but it's enjoyable for like Suns fans because I mean, like they haven't really seen anything.
Yeah, they don't even have Oubre right now either, which is the weird thing. He was a big push for them when when they started the season so well, and they were like going on them. What they would do is
Oubre
they'd
was
try to
balling.
outscore them at the start and try to tire them out and ride that like 20, 30 point lead to the end of the game, and it worked for a little bit for them. But
Yeah.
one more, if all they need is one more good like pickup in the draft, and they could really do something. I think they need a good point guard to help D Book out. Rubio's all right, but if they get a good young guy,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. But
I mean, if they could swing like no, they can't do that. I was gonna say swing D'Lo, but
nah, D. If anything, the Tims would swing for Booker, which isn't gonna happen.
maybe the Suns can swing for
Simo?
I was about to. Yep.
Ben Simmons, yeah, that could be a possibility. I don't see it. I don't think they have the pieces because the Sixers aren't going to want Sarge back.
But apparently, Shake Milton's more of a clutch than player than Ben.
Oh yeah, Shake Milton. Let's get into that. The Sixers woes, as I'll call it. Ben Simmons at the four. I talked that up
They
so
suck.
hard. I should have backed off that a little bit, but I I have no faith in
Flat
Ben
out, they suck.
Simmons to switch positions at this point. He has looked like he is a shell of himself. At this point, it's trade time. I think maybe move up in the draft, maybe trade him for a high pick or something.
Send Simmons to Phoenix.
If Phoenix wants to give up a pick, I don't know. Someplace like maybe if Atlanta wanted to give up their pick, but I don't know. I like the Anthony Edwards fit, but I don't know. I thought the four would really work. I explained that I thought they could work on the double block, but he won't slash. He wants to pass the ball too much. He's still stuck in that point guard mentality. I don't know if they ruined his potential to ever be a power forward by sticking him at the one, but he's played like an Astros trash can for this whole seeding games, all of them. He had a 9.9 assist and like 10 rebound game, but that was it, and that's not what you need.
No, he's not playing well at all.
He is just like a
Like it's hard to say much about them other than they.
so much potential, but so little given. I mean, I say that, but yet they were one shot away from conference finals last year. But it just seems like this team should just be torching people.
But they don't know how to run it. So
I would be fine with Tobias and Horford if you send Simmons down the road. I think that could be a decent lineup with Tobias and Thibault. I really like that Matisse Thibault. I wish Detroit had picked him up. Be a good defensive two guard, but again, let's not talk about Detroit. But
no. But it's just I don't know. They screwed up big time, and now they're paying it.
they're not really screwed up. I don't know if it's a Brent Brown problem, if it's a Ben Simmons problem.
I think it's a Ben Simmons problem.
Yeah, because Brent Brown's a Popovich, off of Popovich.
Ben Simmons, like you said, just can't get out of the pass first mindset
He's
at
got to
all.
get it. Well, he's fine to run pass first, but honestly, Phoenix, as much as I was like, no, but like him passing the D book wouldn't be that bad.
That's why I think it would be a smart move for both teams, honestly.
But the problem is the money that they gave Simmons is going to be so hard to move. You're going to have, and you could move Simmons, but it would be hard to.
Yeah.
You know, I just thought of a crazy thing, but if it happened, it would blow the league. It would just blow up the league so hard.
What?
Is if the Bucks know that Giannis is not coming back, they
Oh no.
move Giannis for Simmons, who has a long-term contract, and they bring Simmons to Milwaukee with the shooters that they surrounded Giannis with the pass. And Giannis goes to Philly, and there's no doubt in my mind that that Philly team wins a championship if that happens.
Okay, I like your
That's
imagination.
that's far-fetched, but it would work. I'm
I like
saying
your
if the Bucks know there's no way that Giannis is coming
If
back,
they don't win this year, there's no way. I would say it.
if they can't get him to sign a contract, they got to move him, unfortunately. He could be their franchise player, but they really need to get him. He needs to get them a championship, and they need to get him a championship.
I think it's the second one. They need to get him one.
Problem is they paid Middleton, so they have no flexible cap. Lopez is a good ad, but there's like they don't have that second.
Giannis is
They
playing
don't
his
have a
ass off, but he
Siakam to the
doesn't have the
Kawhi. They
second.
don't have like that second guy that like Siakam and Kawhi worked so well last year, and that's what Middleton doesn't always work. He's a shooter, and if he can't hit his shots, he's not really a slash. They messed up
So he's
getting rid
done
of
for.
Brogdon. They should have went over the cap to get Brogdon.
But they didn't do that. So
Bledsoe's just more of a playmaker, hits your occasional shot, good defender, but he's not anywhere near the 25 he put up in Phoenix. Maybe if he can get back to that, but that's not his role. The problem is they think what they've got now is going to win, and it very well might. But if it doesn't win, it's going to look really bad for, I think Horst is the GM there, John
Yeah, it
Horst
is.
in the front office. He actually graduated out of Sandusky, Michigan, which is close to where I live, which is
Nice.
insane to think about. But yeah,
Yeah.
if he doesn't get them a win, if he can't build a team with Giannis putting up 33 and 16, Giannis is not going to waste his prime years in Milwaukee, and that's going to be the end of that. But
But
this
yeah,
year, out of the East, it's either going to be Toronto or Milwaukee at this point. So if Giannis can get there, he's got to finish it.
he's also got to get past the Raptors. Last year he couldn't do it, but it wasn't his fault, to be honest.
No, it's going to be Siakam or no, OG is going to be the one who's going to have to step up into Kawhi's role, which I call OG Kawhi with little offense. Even though he does have offense, but you know what I'm getting at.
I mean, like, I get it. LeBron's kind of getting to the end here, but if he can walk down LeBron like you did, I think you can do it to you. I know Jan, but
What do you think the best first round matchup is going to be to watch? Not including, I don't want to talk about the flux seeds, the ace seeds. Like I know we talked about Portland Lakers that already, but like, what do you think is going to be the best matchup? Do you think? Let me see who's lined up right now to do it.
yeah, that's what I need to know because I haven't really looked at the standings that much.
So you're gonna have like Toronto net. That's a stomp. Philly and
Toronto and what?
Philly and Toronto and the Nets.
Oh God.
Or probably Orlando's gonna move into that spot. So probably Toronto, Orlando, Milwaukee, Nets, which is gonna be easy for both those teams. But you've got Philly and the Celtics, which Philly's just looking like hot garbage, even though they have been
Celtics would
winning.
win that.
And then you got Heat, Pacers.
Heat would win that.
Heat will win that. Well, depends on if the Pacers keep winning. That's movable, the Pacers and the Sixers. But let's look at the West because that's probably more competitive. You got Dallas Clippers possibly first round, unless Denver keeps winning and passes the Clippers.
Clippers,
I think Nuggets Mavericks could be interesting too if that's how it pans out.
Mavericks.
You have Thunder Nuggets, which that's already a rivalry game. I don't know
I'm
how
not
many
gonna
people
lie, the
know
Nuggets
about
should
that.
win that.
Chris Paul knows that's gonna be a fun one to watch. You got Rockets Jazz. Oh Lord, they're gonna run Gobert up and down the court. Gobert might have big games, but that's gonna be a rough one. Depends on if Houston keeps winning, because then the Thunder and Jazz could be it, and you could have Houston and the Nuggets, and then Houston has to run
No.
against a Bol Porter lineup. I hope they run Bol out
And
there
you
if they do. But yeah, which one do you think's the biggest one that could be very competitive, like the most
if
fun
it
one to
happens, the
watch?
Mavericks and Clippers.
Mavericks and Clippers. Yeah, Luca. We'll see what Luca does in his first playoffs
Yeah.
because you don't know if he has another notch to take it up. He's already won a championship overseas.
Yeah.
I think big thing for them will be whether Porzingis can get it going on, because Harold will be on him, or you'll have Zubac. But I
See,
don't.
the thing about those
Porzingis
is that
seemed. Go ahead.
all those guys just seem like I mean, like other than that series, all the other ones you kind of know who should come out on.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
only one that can go both ways.
Well, I mean, it's surprising just to see the Thunder even in the playoffs where they're at. I didn't expect them to be even considered in the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think about the Coach of the Year coming out? What do you think about that?
BS. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not gonna say the actual.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. I wish that Nurse had got one more vote and been at least
Billy Donovan? Are
tied.
you kidding me?
I mean, you got them to the 6th seed. They actually gave a coach that surprised the coach of the year this year, which is
And Mike
unusual.
Budenholzer, I know you said that, like, and I know it's not your fault, but like this whole they don't do repeats.
I didn't. They usually don't. I don't think they've done a repeat in a long time.
Like, it's just stupid to me, but it's fine. I guess.
I don't. I think there was no coach better in the NBA besides maybe Popovich, and he can't show up because of his weak team this year. Better than Nick Nurse, in my opinion. I
Nick Nurse is just, he has a different
He's
mindset.
just I'm a big defense guy, so when somebody's just a monster defensive coach, it just really just I like that. I like defensive coach. I like defense in
And,
general.
like, how can you, Mike Budenholzer, coach of the year, but yet our Nick Nurse's defensive scheme literally destroyed Giannis?
Yeah, I don't know. And it shut down Davis as well the other day.
Shut down Davis and LeBron. So it's like, what do you.
I'm trying to see. I'm looking now, and I have not. I don't see any back-to-backs.
Yeah, so I don't know, like, what they're. Like, I mean, I guess if that's
Yeah,
what he's
this
going to
is
do.
Budenhauser. He's the first coach to ever go back to back.
I don't think should go back, but whatever.
He's won it 4 times.
Mike Budenholzer?
Or no, they've tied. He's won it twice.
Oh,
He's tied with other coaches for the fourth most in winning back to backs. Is most coaches have only won it um 3 times. You've got Don Nelson, Pat Riley, and Popovich that have won
and
it
he's
3 times,
already
but
at.
none of them are back to back.
But he's already at 2.
I don't I don't know. Yeah, it should have been Nick Nurse. He'll get it eventually. I'm telling. He should. I feel like next year he's pretty well, unless his team severely falls off, which I highly doubt that. If they did well this year, they're gonna do good next year.
This is the year that I thought they would fall off. Right when Kawhi leaves, I thought it'd be a disaster. I'm not going to lie to you.
Well, it helps that they had OG sitting on the bench that didn't play last year, just ready to go right into that position, which is like he reminds me of young Kawhi. He really does.
Yeah, young Kawhi was not offense. It was
Young
just
Kawhi
straight.
with no offense, well, not no offense, but more of a mid-range and layups and occasional dunk, but nothing special. But yeah, Nick Nurse should have won it.
Yep, that's what I'm going to leave it at.
We'll
He
have to
should have.
we'll have to wait and see how the other ones pan out. But I think that's what we're gonna call it this week. I thank everybody for listening. If you're on YouTube, feel free to leave a like. If you're on podcast platforms and you've downloaded the podcast, so thank you for listening again or for the first time.
Thank you guys for coming through to another one.
Well, we'll see you next week. This was abnormal with me getting my wisdom teeth taken out, but I don't think I'm gonna do that twice. So we'll see you next week.